was ugly, but it gets the job done. The Niners do end up getting the win 17-13 at Seattle on Sunday. They had the afternoon game. Jake Moody, he missed a 27-yard field goal attempt near the end of the first half. He had another attempt blocked in the third quarter from the left side when the left side of the line collapsed on a 36-yard attempt. Uh, he made a game-tying field goal in the fourth quarter, but that wasn't enough to save his job as he was waived this morning. The Niners then signed Eddie Pinheiro as a replacement. Here we go. Eddie Pinheiro currently now has the third highest all-time field goal percentage behind Justin Tutcher and Harrison Butt Kicker. So three upstanding gentlemen. So truly. That's that. Hopefully, that's the only time we have to say those guys' names. This anytime soon. Um, so Jake Moody, I'm glad we recorded today instead of yesterday, man, because I don't know how the hell I was gonna talk about him if he was still like on the roster. This was bad. It was really bad, and I was ready to say cut him. I was ready to say cut him, and they cut him. So now I can say thank goodness he's gone. It's like I'm one of the optimists. I always try to look for the bright side. Like I was hoping, I mean, you heard me during week 2 in the preseason, hopefully, the one kick to, win the game or whatever, you hope that was something that would turn it around for him. But then when you go and miss 2 gimmies like that in opening weekend, that's it. Like, there's this thing called a sunk cost fallacy, and when you spend a third round pick on somebody, especially a kicker, you really don't want that to, like they gave you every chance to prove that you're not the guy, and Jake Moody uh gave the Niners every chance to prove that he wasn't the guy, and they finally had enough. And I guess Eddie Pinheiro said answered the phone first and said, "Yeah, I'll fly out to the Bay." And here we are.
I remember, when we were talking about the Raiders and 49ers and Moody, hit that game-winning kick, and, yeah, you wanna win the game, but it's a preseason game, so
Yeah.
it's kinda like, "Eh," and I said I think I said this to you off air that, if it was a regular season game, he probably misses it, so,
Yeah.
and he just hasn't been consistent,
Mhm.
and that has to be one of the worst week 1 performances,
It's bad. It was so bad.
so,
You
yeah.
barely kept your job. And during anytime anybody asked Kyle at this point, like after that, he said that kickers basically are always auditioning for their jobs, going forward at that point. So he knew he was on thin ice. They retooled his kick through the entire offseason as well. So they truly gave him every opportunity to hang on to his job, they really wanted him to to succeed. They really wanted him to keep this job, and they even let Greg Joseph go because of the injury situation. Like that the Niners went through during the preseason because of the roster constraints. They had to let Greg Joseph go, and so Moody kind of by default ended up winning that that the job in the preseason.
Right.
But he knew he was on thin ice, and he just fell through that ice right away. Like if there was somebody available on the roster that could have kicked field goals at halftime, he probably wouldn't have been kicking them in the second half, man. Like that was after that miss in the and we were watching that game at a bar. It was bad. That miss was bad.
He got booed.
He got booed,
The
man.
the fans at the bar were booing him while
Yeah.
we were watching the game,
Yeah, I was one of them.
and, yeah, he was
Yeah,
being booed.
Mr. Positivity was booing. It's yeah. So anyway, okay. So moving on, the Niners do end up getting the win, thankfully. Uh, and they sign Eddie Pinheiro. We're moving on. So the Niners did have some injuries in that game. Uh, Fred Warner got kicked in the face. Trent Williams had an ankle injury. Uh, George Kittle had a hamstring injury, and Jawan Jennings had a shoulder injury. Warner and Williams did return to the game. Jennings and Kittle did not. Jennings avoided major injury and is considered day to day. Kittle is going to miss at least 4 weeks with that hamstring injury. He's placed on the IR today. Brock Purdy also had two injuries from that game as well. He has a left shoulder injury and he also has a little toe injury as well. That's going to put him in doubt for week 2 at New Orleans. So Mac Jones may end up getting some game time as well. He was going to at least be practicing with the ones this week. So, oh boy. The injuries, man. Here we go again. The Niners, they did give Colton McKivitz, the offensive tackle, a 3-year, $45 million extension, 27 million guaranteed, and they also brought back an old friend to help with some of these injuries. Kendrick Bourne, the wide receiver, he's coming back on a 1-year deal to sort of just help with this wide receiver depth issues. So, yeah, man, this uh, as far as the game goes, it was ugly. I'm glad that they were able to pull it out, even with the kicker problems. Uh, and the injury concerns. You found the third string tight end who stepped up when Kittle couldn't go, and when we saw Kittle with the hat on, instead, like immediately after he went into the tent, you knew that was going to be a problem. So Brock on that fourth down, we were like at a beach at that point, and I was watching the game on my phone, and they found some the third string tight end went up and snatched the ball out of the defender's hands for that touchdown. That was great, and I was hyped. I was screaming on the beach at that point. That was great. I was ecstatic, and I don't even know. I'm sure that church group or whoever the hell that was, they were probably I don't know. They
Who's this
saw
psycho?
yeah, they saw some guy in red, assumed I was the devil. I'm sure that was great. Love that. Love that for me. Don't matter, whatever. El Diablo right here. Bring it on, baby. Let's go. Niners are 1-0. We're on to New Orleans. The easy schedule begins now. So here we go. Let's keep it rolling. Mac Jones can beat the New Orleans Saints with this scheme. We've seen Kyle Shanahan turn Nick Mullins into a capable quarterback. So I believe Mac Jones. If it has to be Mac Jones, I believe the Niners can still get the job done. So I'm not as worried about that part of it. I hope it's Brock. Don't get me wrong. Like I would love for
Yeah.
it to be Brock, and I would love for Brock to be healthy and everything to work out. If it's not, so be it. We'll make do and we'll go from there.